Good morning, Tuesday morning, Garden of England. What a stunning morning. Just absolutely fantastic morning. And later on I'm taking Stella on one of her little training courses things she really enjoys. But anyway, so here's the news. Still unable to release the interviews that I did with our guest, and the reason is because the gremlins seem to have won. Once we got it up there, it became clear that whilst the audio is more than acceptable, the video quality is a bit strange. You're looking at me through a fog. There's lip sync challenges with our guest. Our guest is really clear visually, but there's some minor lip syncing things going on, and so it's almost like, you know, if you're a MindStore person and you're programming stuff and you have this intention to turn up being the best version of yourself and things are going against you, then you have to accept it, and you have to accept there will be a good reason, and therefore you have to maybe figure out what those reasons are and figure out solutions, and we've got more than enough tools and techniques to be able to do that. And I'm reluctantly having to accept that I won't be able to publish these, which is really challenging because the content's extraordinary. Now, I suppose one of the things I could do is just release it as an audio only, and I will consider that when talking to the interviewee, but she deserves the very best production for not only the content but how she can really influence all of you in a very powerful way. And whilst that's going to be a challenge for both of us, because I have to find time again to do it all again, and in the meantime I need to genuinely find solutions. Why is it that Zoom works perfectly well for the interview with Eamon, with Dr. Gary Fetke, you know, to a level, of course, it's acceptable for what we're doing. How come it works then? How come it works when I do the live program over the summer, and even that critical workshop 3, which needed to be live for the best outcomes, people actually in a moment in a process, and it worked fine. You know, obviously some challenges with people getting online in time, not finding their links and so on, which really wasn't my challenge, but nevertheless, how come it's just decided to change with no change on my part? So there's obviously, there'll be some technical reason, of course there will be. Maybe there's a subtle upgrade in the background somewhere affecting this, but nevertheless I have to accept it, and we have to deal with it, because ultimately I want to be able to I need to find the right platform so that I can get that course that I want to get out for at the turn of the year, so that youngsters, particularly your loved ones, your friends, colleagues, can begin to trust the MindStore processes and get access to something that inspires them and gives them tools and techniques they can use for the rest of their lives. And if they want to upgrade into the legacy programs, then of course I'll start to provide that, but I need the technology and I need the right processes. But here's a real thing I want you to consider for yourselves. Look, when you program goals, when you have goals and you're committed to them, it's the day-by-day programming that gets you there. It's the great frustration, I suppose, for MindStore people is against the left-brainers. The left-brainers always limit their goals, and because they can limit them, they then can usually figure out a plan. You know, they can figure out what they've got to do. The left brain gets involved, and it's a logical kind of process, and on they go. But we're going beyond that. We're programming for what we really want to achieve, what really passionately excites us, presses all our buttons. And then when you do that and you use the powerful, and they're amazingly powerful, the tools in the media room, especially the new kit, as it were, or the new technology that we know works, then you have to do that thing where you hand over to source. You hand over to the fact that people, places, opportunities will need to be attracted, and they're always attracted at exactly the right time. And you can never pre-plan any of that. You can't pre-plan who you're going to attract, the overhead conversation, the ad at the side of a bus, the waking up middle of the night with a suddenly, oh my goodness, aha, and all the other things that happen, and you can't plan any of that. And that's, I suppose, a part of a frustration for many of us, because we've got this instant society, you know, the instant food and all the rest of the nonsense. And so this is part of this life's journey, and of course the point is, for a lot of people, is when they get the kind of blocks that I'm getting at the moment, obviously, is the obvious thing to do is, for a lot of people, is just to give up. Well, I'm not giving up. And I suppose what's happening just now, if you're watching this and have been following this in the last few days, then this is a reflection. There's only one of us here, so whatever's going on in my life right now that's blocking this growth, this awesome ability to share with other human beings really outstanding information, then that must be going on at some level in your life too. There's only one of us here, and you'll know what that is, especially if you close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths and do our head to toe relaxation, get onto the landscape and go and have a chat with your coaches and go deep, and you'll find out what it is. And then, like me, you're going to have to find a solution, or you abandon it. I'm not abandoning it. I'm going to sort this out. Why? Because it's for you. I really, really want to get this information to you, and I know that my interviewee does as well. It's so powerful, and it's possibly why the gremlins at the moment maybe don't want you to hear or see it. Because maybe there's a wee bit more growth at your end to be able to receive it, to be able to comprehend it, but more importantly, and this is really the point, to have the confidence to share it with others. That's where this all becomes important. If we've got the confidence to share what we're doing, my guest and myself, with you, can you find the confidence and the trust in yourself to pass that information on? Because there are people out there who will absolutely benefit. It could literally change lives, and I'm going to say this, it could save lives. So on this beautiful sunny morning, bye for now, see you Ramora.